We're always on the watch for here at Breaking Points are obviously staged marches and perhaps false flag events. May sound conspiratorial, but
Right off
given
the
so
bat.
much of what we know about state conduct, from the Black Lives Matter riots to January 6th and many of these other right-wing groups, to the indictments of the Gretchen Whitmer people where there were actually more feds involved than actual conspirators, I think we're probably on balance right to be skeptical of any major event that takes place.
Wait, how are we qualifying that? More feds involved than actual perpetrators? What's the metric on that? I don't know enough. 13 people were arrested? Do you mean like there were more feds, like they were secret agents, or like they were plants, or they were just involved in the I don't know. It's Sagar. We don't need to.
Here in Washington. And recently there was one which caught our eye, not just ours, but a lot of people, a group calling itself, quote, Patriot Front, marching on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. Let's go ahead and play this video. You can see...
they were informants, not agents? Yeah, okay, there's a critical distinction. Yeah, I don't care. Let's focus on this.
Masked gentlemen wearing hats, in uniforms, marching with shields and with American flags as well. And what you can see there, Crystal, is what a lot of people flagged as a potential, quote-unquote, staged event. Now, we don't know the truth. I want to say that at the very top. But there are some very suspicious things that happen in terms of popularizing and making people afraid of this. So this Twitter sleuth actually went...
Yeah. The Patriot Front is a thing. It didn't come up out of nowhere. I mean, it's new, but there are a lot of white nationalist orgs that are new because, you know, Charlottesville and splitting and all that. Big old wiki article. Activities. Oh, this will... Yeah, here we go. More than 100 members held a rally in downtown D.C. chanting Reclaim America. I mean, I don't even think there was any violence there, but yeah. Now, are a large number of the people in Patriot Front informants? Almost certainly. That's going to happen to any extremist group. Almost certainly that is the case. I will not argue against that. But just because almost every extremist group has informants, that doesn't mean that the extremist group isn't a real extremist group. Like, those aren't mutually exclusive, right? You know? Like, the KKK has informants in it, absolutely. Literally, the Black Panther Party had informants in it. That's how they got Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton's advisors had informants in them. You know, does that mean that the entire Black Panther Party was like a Fed op? Like, you could say that about literally anything. You know, there are informants everywhere. I'm an informant. Why do you think I did Antifa work back in Santa Monica? You know, yeah, I was ratting out, you know, names. Absolutely, we've all been informants, you know. Yeah, CIA asset Vaush. True. Oh my God, he admits it.
Deep into the person who was the very first to actually tweet about this so-called fascist march in Washington. Let's put this up there on the screen. This was the woman. Okay, now her Twitter handle was Cheryl Llewellyn. Now let's go ahead and put the next one up there, please. The next tweet actually shows that she had just created a brand new Twitter account. Immediately after tweeting the video saying, happening now, 500 men with riots, shields are marching in Washington, D.C., she went ahead and tagged a ton of journalists in order to make sure that it showed up.
Oh, okay. So a person created a new Twitter account, probably with a fake face, could even be AI generated, recorded the march, and then posted it. Okay. The most likely explanation to me would be that this is one of the members of Patriot Front or a person associated with them. They wanted to get a ton of eyes on their stuff and knew they would do so if they framed the video posting from like an innocent civilian perspective rather than from the Patriot Front people like crowing and, you know, bragging and shouting into the camera. So they did this, and they want attention, of course, because that's literally the goal of doing this march, for attention. And then they tag all these groups. That seems like a really likely explanation. I would bet that's probably what happened.
In their mentions. Go ahead and put the next one up there.
Wait, who is this other account? Jarvis Best. Hold on. I'm instantly suspicious of anybody who has like an old painting. Oh, this person has blocked me. Oh, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. You're not. You're not getting out of my scrutiny.